There it is. Oh shit! Fuck! Fuck! Everything's all gone. Hi everyone. Welcome to the MattCast podcast. The reason why,
And that painful pause.
I was sitting here so
Hi, everyone.
I was like, "Are you gonna add into it?"
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. You're supposed to be my co-host.
Yeah, but I don't know what you're referencing. They don't have a backside of that CD.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, Matt said when we first got on the Discord that I looked a lot like Donut Operator right now,
Mm-hmm.
and so we just pulled it up and started making jokes about the Unsubscribed podcast. That was probably the
And
first
how we're
2-3 minutes of the conversation was. But yeah, and we just wanted to pull it up just for the memes. But yes, thank you guys for coming back to the MattCast podcast. I again am Matty Light, joined by my co-host who's in a different state, had to leave us.
We're back to our roots, man.
Yeah, back to our
we
roots.
used to Discord shows.
I was sitting there like, this ain't too bad. It's gonna be, old school way.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I can't reach out
In touch
and
me.
touch you, but I can comfortably jack off
Yeah.
and not throw off the conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. All those times where I'm sitting there like, and then I'm looking over at him. He's going ham on his shit, dog. Just fucking absolutely blasting it away.
Sound like Shannon Sharp. We're gonna get this thing.
Oh yeah, put your mouth on it. Unc, I ain't never heard you talk like that. It's been a pretty fucking wild weekend in sports. At least for all around. Like, there's the baseball shit with the fucking the Angels and the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
UFC.
I'll tell you. So I'm currently in KC.
Yeah.
And the delusion is real for them about them winning that game. Like, none of them had. They are all like, no, man, that's a good call.
Yeah.
All of them, even the ones that are like, yeah, I don't even watch sports, but when it was explained to me, it seems like it was the right call to make, and I was like, no, because you're hearing it from other Chiefs fans.
Yeah, it's just that fucking vacuum chamber of fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, the echo chamber of just sucking off
all the fucking Chiefs and everything like that. Yeah. UFC fucking O'Malley lost. To Merab. And like that whole fight, I was just kind of sitting there like, he's not fighting like he normally does.
Dude, everyone has said this. He's actually, I don't know if you saw, he's gonna be taking a year off because he tore a ligament in his hip.
Oh.
So
did he do it like early fight or?
They don't know if he went into the fight with that injury, if he got it during. It's hard to say.
There was just something off about him from the rip. Like, his
insurance. Everyone said that.
Like, I just don't know if it's like a mental health thing or some shit like that. Like,
I think he knew that this was going to be a tough fight for him.
Yeah.
I think he knew. In the way I saw it, we didn't get to talk about. I didn't get to do the predictions last week, but the way I saw it was exactly how it went down. Yeah. Either O'Malley's going to put him out like how he put out Aljo with one hard shot, one well-placed time shot, because he did land a few of those, and Merab can definitely get hit.
Yeah.
Or Merab just riding him down and just ground pounding him, grinding him on the floor. I didn't really understand the... Because you watched the fight, and I watched it too. Herb Dean kept going like, all right, Merab, get to work. Let's get to work. And it's like, he is working.
Herb Dean was
like,
just...
He was on some shit.
Fight. Yeah. He was just getting...
Well, I mean, then... I don't think at first he was getting annoyed because Tim Walsh and Merab, I don't know if you saw that in the very, instant the round started, those two just started yelling at each other and fucking... One was not even fighting, so it's just like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like the fight hadn't even started, and he's yelling at them about overcoaching.
Yeah,
and I'm just now was this just like a warning to get it out of the way now, so that if it does happen, he could...
Well, that was the big thing that they said. last time when Aljo fought
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley was, and when they say overcoaching, it's not that you're coaching your person too
Yeah.
much, is when you're coaching the other fighter.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it is. I mean, that whole thing and then Marab was like kissing on his neck and his back
Yeah, that
and then
was
got up. And
wild.
I was like, oh my God, what is he doing? What is he doing? Because as soon as he got up and walked away, I was like, he could
Yeah.
get fucking knocked out. Luckily, dude, if Herb Dean wasn't where he was
Yeah.
and O'Malley could land flush on him, I
Oh
don't
my,
because
that would have been a
he
game over
didn't.
fight.
It would have, and dude, that would have ended so fucking crazy,
Yeah.
so
It
fucking
would, it would be
crazy.
talked about all over the place. It wouldn't be the Bryce Young fucking sucks. It
No,
would be it'd be Sean O'Malley and everybody's like, "Oh, that's a cheap shot." I'm like, "No, you were in
it's
there to
not. No,
fight." No, but I'm saying
no
that
one,
like I'm
no
saying
one
like
would
the
say it's a
regular
cheap shot.
people.
No one would. If they did say
Like
that really
people who are not
quickly,
used to
it would,
UFC. Yeah.
and that if they did, they would get shut down really
Yeah.
really early because they're like, hey, it's like I think as soon as people like if it was after the bell, that's one thing. That's a
Yeah.
cheap shot. It's during the fight.
Yeah.
So I think most people will come to the conclusion like, oh, that guy's an idiot for getting up and
Yeah.
walking away before the time's even done.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it would like
that
personally just from like outside perspective, I think it would be a lot of people just like random Karens are just like, "Oh, they're allowing this in the UFC," like yada yada
I
yada.
don't think so.
I
I don't
really
think
think so.
so.
With how the world is right now, yeah, I'd believe it.
I get it. I know, don't worry, I get what you're saying, but I think like if they had that opinion at first, they would be very quickly. I mean, that it's just one of those things that it's really easily to change their
Oh
mind.
yeah,
You know
it's
what I
really
mean?
easy to
Even
fucking.
even Marab fanboys would go like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
what did he do? Why would he
Why would
do
you do
that?
that? Yeah.
What was he thinking?
And
You
like,
know,
don't
just
even
shit like
say
that.
like defend yourself at all times.
That's literally what it
Yeah.
is.
It's just like, and you're going into that fight and not defending yourself right then and there, and then you get knocked out.
Now there's a difference when it's like the beginning of a fight
Yeah.
and they go to touch gloves and that guy fakes the glove touch
Yeah.
and then starts hitting them. That's when people will get on another person
Yeah.
for like, hey, and
That's
like the
just a
argument is
disrespectful
there.
thing.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. And the argument is there. Like technically he's not doing anything wrong. It's more of an
Yeah.
unwritten rule.
Yeah. One of those like
Um,
respect things, like, hey, touch gloves, hey, yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Plus, if
which
yeah,
if you two don't like each other, don't fucking touch gloves.
yeah. It's just
So,
like if that's the fucking deal, don't do it. But like
mhm.
if you're like, all right, cool, man, it's our job. Hey, have a good fight, man.
Yeah, I respect you. Thank
Yeah,
you for doing this. You know, let's both get this money.
yeah,
Yada yada yada. Um, I don't know. The whole thing was it's kind of weird that like because I don't know you watched the press conference, but he was kind of shitting on Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko's fight, and like yeah, it wasn't like a war like a dog
yeah,
fight. Valentina just out rustled and beat the shit out of
yeah,
Alexa Grasso for 5 rounds. Like Valentina just dominated Grasso for 5 rounds, and you're not giving her
yeah.
that respect either, which is bullshit in my opinion.
Dude, I honestly fell asleep like
Hmm.
halfway through the second round. But I also, was working that day too. It was also pretty
Hmm.
late, and I'm sitting there like, I was feeling good when we walked over there. Then we were sitting
Hmm.
there, and I don't know what it was, whose house, the person's house we were at. Um, it was just a million degrees in there, and so I'm sitting there sweating
Yeah.
buckets. I'm like dying, but then I also like just pass out. Like the heat made me comfortable, and I also
Hmm.
had Papa Joe fucking. I was leaning up against him, his
Oh,
nice,
Joe,
soft,
yeah.
warm body,
Hmm.
masculine body, cradling
Hmm.
me. I just fell asleep. I just passed out.
Hmm.
But then good old intern Aaron woke me up and for the main event, which I'm happy for, and I was alert for
I'm
that.
surprised you guys didn't leave.
It was like the second to last fight, so might as well like just
No.
stay up. But yeah, as soon as like it got to the fifth round and there wasn't a knockout, like everybody was getting their shit ready because it's like the only way O'Malley wins this is if there's a knockout. Everybody already
Which
knew
which in that fifth round, O'Malley turned it on,
he did. He definitely
and
did.
he
And
was getting close.
I'm sitting there like, oh shit, are we gonna get a fifth round knockout here? Like after getting whooped up on the whole fucking match. It, I mean,
You know, and
O'Malley did get some good elbows in throughout the fight.
he had
Like,
he had some good knees.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, he wasn't throwing, and I think a big part of that, I don't think it's the injury. I really think it was the
Marab's
threat
also
of the
just
takedown.
Marab is also just fast as shit. I
Morale, and
remember,
he's got an unreal gas tank, dude. The
yeah,
way he was bouncing around, and he had that same pace for 5 solid
five
rounds.
solid rounds. That would be.
Hmm
I want to see him go up against like someone who can also wrestle and go for the takedown.
So that's the next fight. Umar, yeah, he's another big Dagestani wrestler
Yeah,
guy. So,
that would be interesting to see, just to see those gas tanks fucking go at each other and
yep.
see if it can who can outlast, who has the better endurance to get a fight like that. It might not be the most exciting thing to watch, but like for me, who semi watches and pays attention
hmm
to jujitsu and shit, it's
I think it's gonna
interesting
be a
enough.
good. It's gonna be more wrestling than jujitsu for sure.
Hmm.
Um, and then I mean this because I think it's a good thing for O'Malley to sit out a year. Even though he
Yeah,
didn't get beat up that bad, he's not too. I mean, but just to do the surgery, recover,
yeah,
and then just really focus on the wrestling. I
yeah,
mean, fuck
because
it, like if that's your Achilles heel and you're able to, you know, outweigh it with really superior,
yeah,
boxing skills to other people in the division. Let Umar go and fight Marab. Potentially let Corey Sandhagen get in there. Depending on how active Marab wants to be, he could probably do two defenses,
yeah,
in that time and give, Sugar Sean a good bounce back fight. Either I would love to see him
yeah.
versus, uh, Corey Sandhagen because that would be fucking incredible fight.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think this is an interesting, you know, part of the division
Yeah,
to keep an eye on, even though like historically bantamweight wasn't the thing that's driving me crazy. Is people are like, oh, Sean O'Malley was a failed superstar in the UFC. It's like, no, just because he lost his first title defense doesn't mean
yeah.
he's a failed,
No, I wouldn't. I
star.
wouldn't count him as failed either. Um,
Yeah,
he was
he still does
explosive. He was
numbers.
explosive on his way up,
Hmm
and like fuck, like I didn't know of him until he got into the UFC in his first fight in there, and I'm like, oh shit, okay,
Well, yeah, I mean, he made a lot of noise when Snoop Dogg he did a commentary for Dana White Contender Series,
yeah,
and Sean O'Malley had a sick knockout, like in one of his typical fadeaway walk off type fucking
yeah,
knockouts. And so yeah, that if you want to go into different UFC news, Marab's teammate Aljamain Sterling pulled out of his 309
hmm,
fight um, due to injury. I don't think it's been announced what the injury is yet, but man, that I don't know if they're gonna try to salvage that fight with somebody on short
yeah,
notice. But that had implications of being well, I wouldn't say potential. I would say it's probably a fight to get ready for a title eliminator because if you're looking at it, Max and Topuria are going to go at it, and they say as soon as Volk is ready to go in, Volk's going to go in and fight for a title. So if
yeah,
Max and Topuria go, which if I had to wager a guess right now, I'm going to say Max wins, and then potentially have Volk versus Max 4 and then Topuria would potentially fight, whoever would win that matchup versus Aljo and for just another title eliminator. So yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what they're gonna do with that matchup.
yeah,
And then Stipe and John Jones finally got announced. Stipe is a huge underdog, which to be expected. I mean, the man's 40. I don't know about how I feel about that one. I mean, Randy Couture was older and he's still fucking up some young guys. I don't know. It's been a long time since we've seen Stipe fight. He seems to be at least working out and not fucking just sitting on the couch.
yeah,
And I mean the profession that he does, he's still a firefighter. So yeah, UFC is gonna be interesting to watch for the next, you know, couple to the end of the year for sure. Especially with Connor talking about wanting to come back, and then Chandler giving up that fight, and he's gonna go fight Oliveira, which is crazy. And I'm happy that Chandler gave up that fight because I never saw it going down.
yeah,
Because I don't, I knew McGregor wouldn't fight a guy like Chandler because Chandler's hungry. I mean, he is a big fucking tank. a massive wrestler, and with the amount of partying and fucking shit that Connor does, he wasn't gonna be ready to fight a guy like that. And he wants to have like an easy win that he's gonna go in there and look like, oh, this is Connor of old, and Chandler's not that guy to do that.
Yeah.
So.
And like, it was very disappointing. Like as a fan who likes to watch McGregor fight, it's always, no matter win or lose, I always like watching the build up to the McGregor fights and then watching. McGregor.
He's such a I mean, he's the number one star.
Yeah,
he's the number one star in the UFC.
Yeah, and it's just like it's always fun to just watch it, all the build up and then all the shit talking afterwards. Usually, there's some IRA members in the fucking crowd that come in later.
Yeah, and I mean, the Irish crowd travels really well to support their boy.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see like the wild shit that happens after a fight, win or lose.
Yeah, the fallout after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if fucking McGregor wins, there's always something that happens.
Exactly. So it's interesting. I'm glad that Chandler is getting back out there. He just did a Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and since I got nothing else going on over here.
Yeah.
Which so I'm in Kansas City, like we mentioned before, and I've been trying out some of the stuff. Have you had Whataburger?
I have not.
It ain't it, bro.
It ain't it.
Bro, like, I wish I took a photo of it, but like, the patty is like a millimeter, and it has all the shit. No sauces, nothing special, bro. The fries were fucking basic as shit. I was super underwhelmed, especially how everyone was talking about it. They're like, it's the greatest thing ever, and like they talk it up because you can get either double patty or triple patty. Yeah, because the fucking patties are thin as shit.
Yeah. You're basically paying for a real patty at that point.
Exactly. And I had like the bacon cheeseburger one, and look, I would honestly, I would rather go to fucking BK and get a fucking bacon cheeseburger from there.
Hot take, okay.
Dude,
I mean, that's how I feel about In-N-Out too. It's just like I'd rather go to McDonald's.
I fucking told the guy, hey, this is my first time being here. What do you recommend?
Yeah.
And he told me, yep, this. I was like, let's roll, man. Just no pickles, please. And I, got back to my hotel. I was like, okay, let's get it.
You got the whole situation set up. You're like,
yeah, you're gonna get
it. Put your mouth on.
Dude, I opened it up. They put the fucking either I'm dumb and I don't know how to open a wrapper, which believe me, I can fucking open a burger wrapper. I've been around that shit enough time in my life. Fucking, they put it in upside down, so the whole burger just right on the fucking bag, and I was like, thank God I have the bag here, so it's not going on this. God knows how many people had sex on this fucking table. That they're hyping up this fucking brownie thing. So I tried it. Fucking dry, mediocre, fucking Firehouse Subway, side piece brownie. That wasn't anything to write home about.
Firehouse Subs has some, like, every now and then you can get some good brownies.
Yeah, dude. Like, the fucking people in KC just hype everything up, bro. Because I also had Oklahoma Joe's, or the Barbecue Joe's, or whatever the fuck I'm sure you heard of.
Mm-hmm.
It's barbecue. I love barbecue.
Nothing special about it.
Dude, seriously, nothing to fucking write home about. It, I remember when I was there eating it, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Because I hadn't eaten all day and shit. And then, like, I had a good portion of it, took it back home, and I was like, when I was eating it, when I wasn't hungry later, I was like, man, they barely even put any fucking barbecue on it. Like, it's not bad. I would definitely have it again. I would say you don't need to plan a road trip out just to hit up Oklahoma Joe's or whatever. It's whatever. Okay. But the thing is it's gas station food. Yeah. That's legitimate. It's served in a gas station. The original one, that is, and that's where we went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other one is like a freestand restaurant, but man, overall, like, it's okay. I've had better barbecue food. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. I've had better barbecue food.
It sounds like
especially from a restaurant.
Even better.
Man, I would never say that to anybody, but I would much rather have Famous Days than I would, because dude, they do Texas toast, and dude, don't get me wrong, I like Texas toast on occasion. But if I'm doing barbecue, it's got to be cornbread, bro.
Yeah.
100%. 9 times out of 10. Dude, Texas toast.
Cornbread?
dude, the Texas toast was it's fucking bland. It's just fucking white bread toasted with butter.
Yep.
And that's it. It did nothing for my meal except for just catch all the fucking juices from the brisket. Oh, and my fucking the person that took me there was hyping up the fucking burnt ends. They were out. I didn't even get to experience it. And they're like, yeah, if you want to wait around an hour. I was like, I'm not going to wait around this fucking gas station for an hour, bro.
No, I'm not going to wait in a gas station to go back to my fucking hotel.
Yeah. And, like, yeah.
Was these people at your place where you're working at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll talk to you more about, like, how your trip's going. Like, on a personal
overall
level shit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm making worth of my time here. So,
hey, I mean,
I love the people that I'm with. All the people are solid. But yeah, they love to hype up their stuff here, and I'm sure I do that because, like, dude, we went to the restaurant here, and when I've been telling the people, it's taking me. I'm like, I want to go places that I'm not gonna be able to go back to at home.
Yeah.
Like, don't take me to Ruby Tuesdays or whatever the hell.
Texas Roadhouse, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. So they took me to this one place like 45th Street or 54th Street or something along that line.
Yeah.
And they had a Reuben, and I was like, okay, let's try their fucking Reuben.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
you can make
it wasn't even on. Dude, I've made better at home. They did sourdough bread, which, don't get me wrong, I like sourdough bread, but a typical Reuben is rye bread. Anyway, I can go on all day about the food.
I was sitting like, I thought this was a sports.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm hungry again though because, and you know what? Depending, I don't know what I want to give. The one thing I'll give Whataburger is open 24/7.
Okay, I fucks with that. I like the 24/7 availability. Like when you're drunk as shit and you're like, all right, I want something sloppy and disgusting.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
the one thing if you're gonna do Whataburger, dude, if you're you and me, you got to do more than one patty. That's not enough. That was a kid's meal. 100%.
How much do they charge before we move on to the next?
Let me.
Because I'm
I have to keep my receipts. So my receipts in the car.
For like one patty, I'm sitting there like, is it like a normal meal priced, or is it like a little bit cheaper?
But here's the thing too. I fucked up because they were telling me how good the fries were. So I got large fries, and then they had this specialty. They had a Dr. Pepper shake. So I was like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try all the shit that like I won't be able to try again. So while I'm here, when in Rome, let me try it.
Yeah.
So for a one patty, bacon cheeseburger, large fries, a large Diet Coke, and a small Dr. Pepper shake, it was $18.37.
That's
so
not too,
take with that.
That's not too terrible.
That's not too terrible. I mean,
especially for like a one-off kind of like
burger
joint. Yeah, I say one-off, but like it's not all over the world. It's not like McDonald's or something. But
I'll tell you, it is all over fucking Kansas City. It is everywhere around here, bro.
How many are there?
I think where I am, there's like 3 within a mile for me.
Okay.
Or within 5 miles, there's 3, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like California though, or like LA, where there's like In-N-Outs on every other block.
In-N-Out, yeah.
Or like in Boston with fucking Dunkin' Donuts, dude. There's a Dunkin' Donut, like, no shit. When I was in Boston, rounded the corner, there's another Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like,
and it's like, dude,
why do you need this?
Yeah,
it's just sugared up coffee. Fucking coffee.
Oh shit, Dutch Bros. Have you had Dutch Bros?
Yes, I love Dutch Bros.
Okay, I won't say my opinion on it.
You don't like it? Sugary as well?
No, watered down, bro.
Watered down?
Mine was watered down. I might need to try it again.
Yeah.
Because I came during like the morning rush-ish, kind of.
Yeah. Every time I've gone, there was like no rush. So like maybe that's why mine was...
Maybe.
Yeah. I want to give them, a little bit benefit of the doubt that like maybe I just didn't believe, I was just going along with the hype on that one.
I don't know. For me, it was watered down. I like scooters more, and I'm a scooters gal. So anyway, let's get back into
actual. Do you
want to do college football?
That's what I was on right now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go over the top 25, just because both Iowa State and Nebraska are top 25. Also,
even though Iowa State didn't play,
State had their bye week, and I completely fucking forgot that it was their bye week. I don't know why when like I on College Football 25 they always have a bye week on my dynasty team right after playing Iowa. I'm just like, why didn't I remember that? Okay.
Yeah. That's one of
Uh,
the things I like, that they are pretty consistent with the schedule,
yeah.
where it doesn't like randomize it,
Yeah. All right. So first one we had Kansas State beat Arizona. Number 14 Kansas State beat number 20 Arizona, 31-7.
And I believe now
That's probably
K
what
State
got.
is.
That's
I
probably
think
what.
K State is.
Go ahead.
I think they're 11.
They
Isn't
could
K
be.
State 11 now?
When I look next week, I'll check.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's probably why Iowa State and Nebraska jumped up a peg.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Georgia beat Kentucky 13-12. That one was pretty close. Number one Georgia almost lost to Kentucky. And I was sitting there telling a coworker too, because he's saying like, "Oh, what good games are on?" I'm like, Georgia and Kentucky, and I was like, "Man, Georgia's gonna whoop up on them." And I'm just like, "No, man. Like, whenever it comes to like Kentucky or Tennessee playing against Georgia or Alabama, you never know what's gonna happen with those games because
And that game was insane.
they're SEC games, and it's like it's either a complete blowout and it's absolutely terrible for one team, or it's a fucking nail biter to the end. That's all it is. Texas beat up UTSA 56-7. Alabama whooped up on Wisconsin 42-10, which Wisconsin fucking looked like dog shit that game.
Oh, excuse me. Kansas State's number 13 now.
Okay. But yeah, fucking Wisconsin looked terrible playing against Alabama. It could just be the Alabama fucking, they got nervous, pissed their leg, not having to play a team they haven't played before. Or they just got scared. I don't know what it was, but Ole Miss beat Wake Forest 40-6. Missouri beat up, well, not really beat up. Missouri scraped by against Boston College 27-21. Tennessee.
Missouri's ranked though. They're 7.
They're 7 now. They were 6
they're number
then.
7. Yeah.
Tennessee whooped up on Kent State 71-0.
Tennessee's number 6 now.
Oregon whooped up Oregon State 49-14. Miami beat Ball State 62-0. Utah beat Utah State 38-21. Oklahoma State beat up Tulsa 45-10. Oklahoma beat Tulane 34-19, which Tulane, after their last 2 games where they looked phenomenal, I watched that game a little bit. They did not look like the same team like they were when they played against K-State. They did not look like the same team. They forgot who they played the first week.
You think it's injury bugs that's getting them, or just kind of
just losing their steam?
Stepping up competition and
just faced against a better team and didn't know what to do. 16 LSU scraped by against fucking South Carolina, like came back 36-33, which LSU probably dropped as well since they fucking played terribly. Arkansas lost to Michigan 28-18. Arkansas State. Notre Dame whooped up on Purdue. After fucking being called a fraud team, they have to go beat a bum ass team 66-7.
I'm assuming LSU's on their bye week this week. I'm not seeing them on here.
Okay.
And then Arkansas State's playing Iowa State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nebraska whooped up on Northern Iowa 34-3. Which they almost had the shutout, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and I mean,
no.
I had notes.
They got the three points in the first quarter. Okay,
and
Matt.
So I had notes. This is the first 3 games that Nebraska has only scored like 20 points since like 2016 or 2019 or something like that. So
we'll hop in the week 4 then of the top 25. You guys face Illinois, who's also ranked 24-22.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and concerns?
I think our defense is going to keep doing what they're doing, man. I think they're going to, limit them to, maybe 17 points, because this is not a slouch school that this is
Yeah.
first ranked team in a while and team that I don't think has hype behind them,
Well,
but they're good.
they got a little bit of hype. They beat KU
I'm saying
23 to
I'm saying
17.
yeah, I'm saying they're not like Colorado who had a
Yeah.
ton of hype but no talent.
Hmm.
These guys have a little bit of hype and a lot of talent.
Yeah. But this is also their
Um,
first away game this season. So how are
well,
they going
this
to
is
handle
in that the
the
Husker
Memorial
Stadium, dude,
Stadium? Yeah.
and this is a Friday night. They don't
Yeah.
do a lot of Friday nights
Nope.
in Lincoln, so this is going to go pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Tickets are
I
being
expect.
sold as low as $111 right now.
I know. Well, this is their 400th consecutive sellout.
Yeah.
So the tickets you're seeing are tickets that are already bought, and they're
Yeah.
trying to sell them on the
Yeah.
Seatmaster or whatever. So, dude, Nebraska, if you want to go to Nebraska game this year, you better book ahead in advance,
Yep.
man.
I honestly am agreeing with you on that. It's just like it's gonna be hard to buy Husker tickets this year.
And this is a good game. I don't expect Nebraska to steamroll them like how we've been doing
Yeah.
with the other three teams we played. I expect a little bit more back and forth.
Hmm.
But I think if the defense keeps up what they're doing and we just tighten up those little like the penalties and the
Yeah.
later half penalties and keep doing offensively what we've been doing, maybe less rushes in the second half if we're, not in a good lead because that's
Yeah.
if we've been having established leads and they just run in the second half just to burn clock and get us
Yeah.
out of the game.
Yeah.
You know, is Rayola ready to do 4 quarters of
Of hard
competitive
offense. Yeah.
football? Yeah,
This is gonna be
because
his
I
true
don't
test. I mean, this is
100%. But I
into
think Rayola's I think he's good for it.
yeah. It's gonna be his first test going into the season, playing against actual teams, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be a good one for sure. I'm definitely
And I
gonna be
know,
watching it. What time is it even at? 7? Okay.
so yeah. And I work 9 to 5, so we should do something at the house, man.
Okay. Are you gonna be back in town on
It's
Friday?
actually, oh yeah, yeah. I come back
Okay.
tomorrow. Let me show you. Oh, they're in the car. So while I'm down here, there is a couple things you can't get in Nebraska. So
Hmm.
I got 2 things at
Oh, you
Yingling.
sent the video of it. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep. And then so garage beers. Are you familiar with those?
Isn't it the Travis
The
Kelsey,
Kelsey
Jason? Yeah, yeah,
brothers. Yeah. So I grabbed like a pack of the regular and then the lime ones. And I drive through Rockport on my way back. I was gonna
yeah.
ask if you guys wanted any more, um,
Happy
but I got
days.
Oktoberfest with the amount of beer we have,
We should be good.
I
Yeah,
kind of
and
figured as
for
much.
what we're planning for Halloween, yeah,
Yo, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. One game that it's not on here, and I don't think it's a big game, but I think it's a big game for you. Baylor plays Colorado. Is that a game that you're gonna keep your eye on since you're playing Baylor in a couple weeks?
I might give it an attention then. Yeah,
Just because I
probably
think
will.
Baylor, I was watching the nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho, and dude,
Hmm.
they're kind of disrespecting Baylor,
Yeah,
and I don't see Colorado going in there and just whooping up on them.
well, they were hyping up
You know what I mean?
Colorado anyways beforehand.
But they played fucking Colorado State, bro, and
Yeah,
they're acting like all the
they're
fucking problems are
yeah,
solved. It's like, dude, those Colorado State.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
their rival that
Like,
they've been whooping up on for how many years
mhm,
now is just like
seven straight games, seven
yeah,
fucking straight games.
they were
That's
doing it.
7 years.
They were doing it before fucking Sanders showed up.
Yeah,
There's no need
like
for the
don't
hype.
fucking yeah. So I think Baylor's gonna go in there and fucking whoop ass on them. And I mean, you guys are playing. I don't want to call them a soft team,
Yeah,
but this is a
they
winnable game,
they
very
put up
winnable game.
they put up a fight against Michigan, who is ranked.
Correct.
So it's just like it's not going to be, and I really am hoping it doesn't happen to be another Iowa State thing where we should beat this team, but we just don't
Hmm.
play Iowa State football. I was going to get into it before the next two or after the next two.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, then do the next two, and then I thought we were gonna go our team, your team, and then
I
yeah,
was just going
go.
to go through the top 25 and like
Okay,
potentially
I'm listening.
games to look out for. Ohio State against Marshall. I
Oh,
want
come
to,
on, man.
yeah, I want to really watch that
Yeah,
one.
dude, if you're a
Uh,
Marshall fan, I'm sorry.
yeah. Clemson is playing against NC State, so rivalry
Now, do you
game.
see this? do you see this as an upset alert? You think NC State comes in
I
there
think
and
so. I really think so. This is gonna be one of those games to watch. Like I'll be watching it at work. When I got some free time. It's gonna be a slow Saturday anyways, especially after a Friday night Huskers game. Not a lot
mm-hmm.
of people are gonna be showing up to work. I can already guarantee it. There's gonna be too many people hungover from the night before. Um, Especially if Nebraska wins. Yeah,
Oh, come on.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a party in Lincoln. Um,
It's gonna go all weekend too. This is the
yeah,
first. I can't even tell you the last time they beat a ranked, opponent.
opponent. Yeah,
Yeah, I wrote notes. If you saw my diary downstairs, there's
I.
some Husker notes in there and stuff like that.
But yeah, I'm honestly thinking upset alert. Like Clemson has not been performing like they normally do, but maybe
Hmm.
they get a swift kick in the ass by the coach. Like, hey, this is rivalry game weekend.
Well, it
Like,
was Tennessee. Tennessee won 51-10, and then they went in and they beat. Oh, who they beat after that? Oh no, sorry. Sorry. NC State lost 51-10 to
yeah,
Tennessee. Clemson lost to Georgia
yep,
34-3. Sorry. And then they just fucking put the pound town on fucking App State.
yeah. So it's you went to Pound Town on a nobody team. NC State has been on the up and up throughout the years. I think like last year or the
Well,
year
they just
before,
beat
NC
this
State
last
was
week. They
ranked.
beat Louisiana Tech
Yeah.
and they won 30-20.
Um, but yeah, so going on the Iowa State, Arkansas State at Iowa State. Arkansas State is a team that can compete. Iowa State needs to come out with their offense heavy, or
Hmm.
like how we did against Iowa, fucking we can have a slow offense, but our defense needs to play 4 quarters. It can't be a wish wash of how it is normally with Iowa State, like where our offense is going the first half and our defense is doing everything in the second half, but our offense can't get anything started. It's been the worst part of being an Iowa State fan, but somehow we're still winning throughout the years. I have no idea how Matt Campbell's been able to do it, but I have uh, I have high hopes for this year. I really do, since a lot of their weapons are going into their second season now. They're no longer freshmen. They have some senior weapons with Higgins and Jalen Knoll um, coming in there as juniors and seniors. So you have two weapons that are experienced. Everybody else is all in their sophomore year. I'm really hoping they're starting to get their groove together. And if it's not this year, then it's probably going to be next year.
Hmm.
But this is a year we should start to like see a lot better offense from them because we showed it last year when they were freshmen, but they were making dumb mistakes. So
One, you guys you're coming off a bye week, so
yeah,
everyone should be well rested. The injuries that we saw, that might have been Iowa. No, yeah,
Iowa,
the last
yeah,
time they played, yeah. So you guys had a few. Those guys should be coming back,
yep.
feeling comfortable and shit. So,
I want to double check too and see um,
is what
if they're
I believe Ham was it Ham that went out,
Ham went out.
and then I know the running back went out, but he came back in.
Yep.
I can't remember his name.
I want to see what they have as like bets for them because they have college pick'em. Oh, that's fucking. All right, so I clicked the wrong fucking thing. All right, but oh, here's the GameCast. Okay, yeah, they have Iowa State winning 82.7 to 17.3, which I really think they're
Hmm.
counting Arkansas State out. Um,
Well, yeah, they can do that sometimes.
Now, if I'm absolutely wrong and fucking Iowa State just steamrolls them, I'll fucking
I think you're not selling your team short. You're just
no.
like, you don't want to overlook,
Yeah,
and then you got fucking egg on your face because you're like, this is a nobody team. We're just
Yeah.
gonna steamroll them and
Yeah. I'm not being a delusional fan. Penn State is playing against Kent State. Don't really need to watch it. Now, this is also a game to watch as well. USC versus Michigan. 11
I'm definitely
versus
watching
18.
that
Yeah.
game because
Michigan,
we're playing USC later on the season.
I honestly am thinking Michigan's gonna lose to USC. Michigan's a
You think
fucking.
so?
I'm calling fraud alert on Michigan with
Really?
how they played against Tennessee.
Yeah. And
I'm
Texas?
yeah, and Texas. Or no. Okay, yeah, it was just Texas, but like, yeah, you fucking whoop up on Fresno, and you fucking barely pull away with a 2-score lead over Arkansas State. You should not be having that close of a game against
Mm-hmm.
a team like that if you're supposed to be what fucking
Well, especially
in the
after just getting absolutely fucking swamped
molested
on.
by the fucking
Yeah.
by Texas. Yeah. Um, 16 LSU versus UCLA. That potentially could be a game to watch. Potentially, I'm not gonna,
Not gonna tell you how to spend your
yeah.
money, but
Utah versus Oklahoma State. That's gonna be a game to fucking watch. They're both ranked 12 and 14, going at each other, and they're both in the Big 12. That's gonna be one to fucking pay attention to.
man, I'll
Rival,
tell you, Will Compton is 100% giving me the hopes that Nebraska could play for a playoff this season. Dude, I don't want to sound delusional, but just the way that him
yeah,
and Matt Rule are speaking to me,
yep,
dude, every piece of content they've been putting out, I have been, you
jerking off
know,
too.
no. No, no. I've just been lightly sitting on this remote, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's still getting the pleasure spots, but
um, Another rivalry game to watch: Miami versus South Florida. South Florida is 2-1, and Miami's ranked, so potential. You never know what's going to happen with college football. This could be an upset. It could be an absolute
Mhm.
blowout. But still, it's just like it's a rivalry game, and those ones always are the fucking ones to watch. Tennessee versus Oklahoma, both ranked 6 and 15. Bowling Green actually put up a fight against fucking who was it? Um, Penn State. That's who it was. They lost to Penn State, but it was fucking 34-27, and they had Penn State by the balls for the majority of the game,
Mhm.
and they just fucking choked. So I mean, Texas A&M going into it, I would be watching out if I was them. They show they have a little bit of a game to them. Um, and then K State versus BYU, another conference game. That's one I'm going to watch as well. Like BYU is also 3-0. There's a lot of 3-0 teams in the Big 12 right now. Fucking Big 12 standings. So right now in the Big 12 standings, UCF is at the lead, but they're also the only team that played against a Big 12 team, TCU, so far.
Mhm.
So that's why they're at the top.
Well, University Houston, isn't that also aren't you guys playing them too, or am I mixing that up?
Yeah, we do play Houston as well this year.
They are looking pretty.
They're looking good, and it's why I was sitting there like,
Mhm.
Houston's going to be a team to watch. Or no, not Houston, Utah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 undefeated teams in the Big 12 right now. Arizona was ranked. Now they're not. They're fucking out of there. They're 2-1. Baylor is also 2-1. Cincinnati is. Jayhawks are fucking 1-2. Houston's 1-2. West Virginia's 1-2, and TCU Horned Frogs are two
Corn
and one.
dogs.
2-1, but because they lost a conference game, they're at the bottom of the conference. So it's gonna be a tough year for Iowa State.
Yeah. This is Nebraska's first this is their first Big Ten matchup this week. So that's the big thing to kind of be looking out for with
Yeah.
them.
All right, so we're gonna go over week 2 football for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I picked the Bills and you picked the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Uh-huh.
And
And let me just say, this hotel is very lucky that I agreed to put my card on as a asset, because if I wasn't, I'd be breaking all their fucking furniture right now with how I did, how my fantasy team did, how the Rams did. A lot of disappointing in professional football, but
yeah,
my saving grace has been the Cornhuskers.
yeah,
So
the only thing keeping you sane.
it could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
But yeah, the Bills whooped up on the Dolphins 31-10. Three interceptions by Tua, and then he
Two of them in the
dies
first
into
half,
three in the first half.
and one of them was a pick six.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team, like 5 points.
Yep. Fucking I picked the Saints and you picked the Cowboys. And the Saints
Yeah.
are
Uh-huh.
looking. I saw you
Dude.
also picked up Derek Carr.
Uh-huh. Yes, I
Yep.
did.
And I think I was honestly sitting there looking at it, and
Now,
I was about to
there's a
fucking drop Aaron Rodgers for Derek Carr
whoa.
so I could hold Derek Carr and Sam Darnold as fucking trade
Yeah.
value.
But aren't you the thing that I'm looking at was Sam Darnold and Derek Carr? Because I mean, I dropped a nobody person for
Yeah.
him. The way I'm looking at is just I'm holding on to these guys just in case there's like a fraud alert.
Yeah.
Because points wise, Jared Goff has more points than Derek Carr,
Yep.
by a few. It's not much, but with that, and I mean Sam Darnold. Don't get me wrong. I mean both of
Yeah.
those two teams beat teams that I think a lot of people would have. I
Yeah.
mean, I counted them out against the Saints versus the Cowboys and the
Yeah.
Vikings versus the Niners.
Yep.
I didn't expect either one of those
Me
teams to
neither.
perform the way they did.
We both were on the same
Um,
page except for I chose the Saints over the Cowboys. I was hate watching
yeah,
them.
but that, and don't get me wrong, I have no pleasure in ever picking the Cowboys. I've hated the Cowboys
Yeah.
for a long time. I've had multiple conversations with my friends who are diehard Cowboys fans,
Yep.
and just how delusional they are with Dak Prescott. I have been saying that Dak needs to go for a long
For a
time,
long time.
and no one wants to believe me, and they just gave him a fuck ton of money,
Yep.
which cool, not my money, not my
Yeah.
franchise.
Giving them the old Brandon Ayuk treatment. Fucking get paid
Mhm.
a whole lot of money and don't fucking do shit.
Did you see that somebody is potentially trying to trade? Is the Dolphins are potentially trying to get somebody? Oh, they're potentially going to trade the Panthers for Bryce Young, with Tua being injured and Bryce Young
Oh,
just getting benched for Sam or
for Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I saw so because all I have to do here is either so I have a lot of the
Yeah.
basic cable, and ESPN's been pretty much on
Yeah.
all the time, and that was one of the things they were talking about, and I was like, that would be
That's
very, very
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. We both picked the Lions, going Lions faithful, but we also knew this was going to be a game to watch as well. Buccaneers versus Lions. Buccaneers
Dude,
came
people
away
are
with the win.
sleeping on Baker. They
They've
are
been
just not
sleeping
giving
on
him the
Baker.
fucking respect.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with you on that. It's just like I also love my Lions though, Lions
I love the
faithful.
Lions too. I love how you said you're Lions, like you've
Yep.
been a diehard fan since you were born.
No, it's
But
just with Dan Campbell there.
yeah,
As soon as he leaves, I'm like, all right, cool. Lions can go fuck off. It's just like,
dude, I love Aiden Hutchinson.
oh,
Jared
dude,
Goff is our boy in the
did you watch the
Rams.
Chisel Adonis video for the week 2 recap? He
Mm,
was
no,
like,
not yet.
he's just like consistently going like Baker Mayfield, stay away from Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
He's like, watch out
dude,
for
Aiden
him.
Hutchinson's a fucking yeah.
He's a
He's a fucking dog.
animal, an
Yeah,
animal. We both had the Colts over the Packers, which I
very
did not see
surprised
this one.
by
Yeah, very
yeah.
surprised about it. Did you also see that the center threw up on the ball in like a
Yes, I
critical third
did.
down condition?
And
And they're
yeah,
like, "Why didn't you
and
throw the ball?" And
Anthony
he was like,
Richardson, yeah, like why? And but they didn't know what to do.
"Yeah,
And so I guess the referees are like, hey, we saw your guy throw up on the ball. Next time, do you want us to like blow the play dead?
Yeah.
He goes, yes, I would. Yes, I don't think anyone would want to throw with a ball that has throw up on it. And
yeah, it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this now? And then
which
why
I
did
mean,
the
like,
center sit there and be like, okay, yeah, this is a good time to snap it?
well, it's like that one. Isn't it like a? It's either an O lineman or D lineman, but he's like, and then he just
yeah.
like,
No, yeah, it was an
and
O
everyone's like, oh
lineman.
my god, mad respect. And now the center does it, and they're like, ew, dude.
But like he throws
Ew, why would you do that?
the difference though is that the dude fucking threw up in the huddle, not on the ball.
Not on the
Yeah,
ball.
that's a completely different thing. Like throwing up and then staring down someone, go like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then,
Yeah, what's up?
but then throwing up with the ball and then snapping it. And I'm like, "All right, dog." Like, I love my offensive linemen. They're fucking crazy shit. That's not it though.
With Anthony Richardson wearing gloves?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, then I would definitely be
Yeah,
like, fuck this shit.
he probably hated it just as much as. But yeah, the Jets beat the Titans 24-17. Will Levis is out here throwing balls to the defense.
Will Levis, man.
And like
Dude,
the
like,
thing is though is that like there are some throws that he made that game that I'm sitting like he looks great, and then
it's
other
one of the things,
other
man.
things he does is just
He's
like
a rookie that he needs to sit behind. He needs to sit behind a fucking talented quarterback.
yes, 100%.
Maybe not even talented, just a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
Let Ryan Tannehill just play.
Yes.
I mean, like
I
that
thought Ryan
team is
Tannehill
not
retired.
fucking. Did he?
I thought he
Did I
retired
miss
last
that?
year.
Keep talking. I'm gonna look that
I
up.
really think he retired last year because like they had him play the last game of the Titans season because like they didn't fuck it. They needed to beat or
No,
needed
he's
to
a free
lose.
agent.
Oh, he's a free agent. Okay.
He's a free agent. Okay, so who the fuck is the the
But I know he was
Titan?
leaving Tennessee, and the Titans just needed to lose for one team to get in and the other team to fucking.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Titans ended up winning because of Ryan Tannehill coming out and balling out, and everybody was sitting there pissed off, and it was like the Titans fucking, just needed to lose like they have been all season.
Oh, well, so their backup quarterback is Mason Rudolph.
Ooh.
So
Put in
yeah,
Freemason Rudolph. Fuck it. At this point, I mean, he did mediocre with the Steelers.
I mean, if you look, like, there's people that you can that people know, but the problem is a
Yeah.
lot of them like are fucking like you got Tony Pollard and you have Tyler Boyd, both really good players. You have
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, all people like
Yeah.
name value
Yeah.
people. Problem is, I mean, a lot of them are on that team,
Yeah.
and I mean, not like you're gonna have a so.
What are you gonna
Yeah,
do? And then Vikings came out, beat the fucking 49ers 23-17.
dude. Don't I was hate watching that too because
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand the Niners.
Yeah. Well, you'd pick them
So
too,
whenever
just
they
like I did.
lost, well, because I try not to be
Yeah.
biased, and I mean this
I let
week.
my bias fucking carry me through sometimes.
Well, don't get
Sometimes
me
it's
wrong.
detriment to, my picks, but
Yeah, well, so I don't know, cause like, dude, this week, I'll wait,
yeah.
but go on for the rest of the week.
Seahawks beat the Pats 23-20,
That was a close
and
game. That was an overtime game, right?
it, yes.
Not okay. What?
I had the Seahawks and you had the Pats, which honestly, good 50-50 ball on for
Yeah,
both of us.
100%. I'm not mad about
No.
of that.
And then we both had the Commanders beating the Giants, which was good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers whooped up on the Panthers 26-3.
I think the Commanders give them like 1 or 2 years.
They might be
They're
a
gonna
team
be
to talk about.
It might be a team again.
Yeah.
I mean, if they keep um, Brandon, oh fuck, what's his name? Brandon Robinson and
You have Scary Terry.
Jaden. Well, dude, Scary Terry hasn't been doing much, but Jaden
Daniels.
Daniels,
Yeah.
like just
he's been playing good.
keep building,
Yeah.
keep building.
The Browns beat the Jags 18-13, and we both picked the Jags. So now I don't know what to think. when it comes to picking next week. I'm just like, are the Browns going to play good this week, or are they going to play like shit? And then there's like, is the Jags just terrible now? Like, what the fuck?
I think they're underperforming. They definitely,
Yeah.
It's just one of the things. I think they might lose one more, and then someone's like, "Hey guys, coach is right. We got to just come together."
The Ravens need to do the same thing because the Raiders beat them 26-23. Fucking Gardner Minshew fucking rallied for fourth quarter win.
Well, it doesn't help that they got
Yeah.
Devontae Adams making insane catches on the fucking.
Yeah. And we both had the Ravens winning that one. We both had the Rams beating the Cardinals, which I know how much you don't want to talk
That was
about it,
fucking rough.
but the
That was
Kyler
really rough.
Murray, Marvin Harrison
Dude, Kyler,
connection there this week compared to last or the week prior, absolutely fucking.
dude,
It was a
entirely different. What it was
180,
like
completely different team.
3 catches for like over 100 and
Yeah,
something yard, 2 touchdowns, and it's just like, dude, can we not fucking stop him?
yeah. It was
Like,
like,
oh, Tre'Davious White is lining up against him. It's like, why bother?
yeah,
Fucking why bother?
just
He's
let
just
him
getting
through.
burnt left
Yeah.
and right. Yeah.
The Steelers are continuing to use their black magic to keep on winning with Justin Fields. 13-6. We both had the Steelers.
And they're putting Justin Fields as a starter for week 3.
Yeah. The Chiefs beat the Bengals 26-25. Huge
That
fucking
was a close game.
Joe Burrow actually looked like Joe Burrow a little bit there.
Dude, the thing that's bullshit is hearing people, and I mean, like, here's the thing. The Chiefs lost that game.
Yeah.
They had a fucking fluke field goal to take the lead.
Yep.
Not a fluke, excuse me. It was a fluke penalty. And dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I'll let you take it on why it's a bullshit call.
Making a play on the ball is not pass interference.
100%.
100%. It's written into the rules, all this bullshit and everything like that. And like, fuck, I saw a statistic. I forgot what it is.
And dude,
but someone
the ball was over the defender's hands,
yeah,
who was over top of the Chiefs player. Like, which if you want to call it catchable, you know, if you're making the argument that the Chiefs player was hindered, but here's the thing: the defensive player is making a play on the ball. I'm assuming Chesler Customs talked about it. What did he say? Did he?
I didn't get that far in the video. Yeah. So Patrick Mahomes has had 17 interceptions called back due to defensive penalty since 2018.
Dude, now that's an interesting, because I'd be curious to see which, because there are some that are legitimate
pass interferences
ones. Yes. But I thought they were doing a thing where if there was a pass interference, they could get yeah. Do they not do that anymore?
I don't know.
Huh.
But like that's definitely something you could challenge, but then like you send it up to New York and corporate, which I'm still a firm believer that the NFL is gonna fucking side with the Chiefs no matter what. So I think that's a fucking fluke win, 100%. I think it's fucking bugged. Oh, that was actually something our one friend who came and watched the game with me, he was sitting there arguing with me about. And I was just like, I'm not even gonna...
delusional Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
There's no arguing with them. But they're like, well, if you rewatch the video, his chest makes contact with the back of his head, and it's like, because it's a fucking, like, they're on top of each other.
Yeah. And they're making
like,
a play
he's not
going to
go like, all right, you get your 5, inches of free space.
Yeah.
He's making a play on the ball. He did not, like, if he was like this and jumping up, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was like this.
He was looking at the ball. He was fucking hands
making
up, making a play for it.
And both, guess what? If you rewatch the video, both of his hands touched the ball, and the Chiefs receiver did not.
Yeah.
Like,
Bears lost to the Texans 19-13. I got an interesting thing though, is that like the Texans did not play that well against the Bears.
Well, here's the thing,
but they do have a great defense.
The Bears defense is keeping them in games and helping them win that first game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically the Steelers' effect, but an actually better offensive line.
Bears. Who the fuck's the Bears backup?
And then the final one, Matt. This was a crazy game. You were already in KC watching it, and I was here.
I only got to watch the last quarter.
Falcons.
I watched the pregame, and then I went to go get dinner with an old coworker, and then I came back and I watched the last quarter. So I'm interested to see your analysis of the entire game.
Like, it was just a whole lot of running the whole fucking game until the second half. That's when people started letting the ball fly. And I'm sitting there like, you got the ball back in the fourth quarter on the Falcons side of the field. Because the Falcons went for a fourth down conversion, did not make it.
The Saquon Barkley thing, right?
Yeah, and then
you're
just running out the clock with 2 minutes left, sub 2 minutes. You get down to a 3rd and 3 situation, and then you decide to throw the ball to Saquon, who Saquon is like, he's made catches before, and but he's made a lot of drops in big situations though. And this is one of those big situations where you need a fucking first down. Run the damn ball. Like, do the Marshawn Lynch thing. I want to run through a motherfucker's face. And it was like...
And, I mean... They're still leading at that point, right?
Yeah, they were still leading at that point. And then Kirk Family Member...
run the ball. Dude, oh my God, that last drive...
That last drive went crazy.
He went crazy.
I think he was like 4 for 5.
Now, were you ahead of me in, were you actually ahead of me in the thing?
I was.
Okay, that's hilarious. Because he texted me, he goes yeah, Saquon really cost in this game. And I think I was maybe 1 or 2 plays behind. Yeah. And I was like, hey, game's not over yet. As soon as I hit send, pick, I was like, okay, it's over.
Yeah. And I was like, he really fucking cost him the game. And he was like, never mind.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, as I was, never mind.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he can go down there. All
there's still time on the clock.
Field goal range.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. I think they had all 3 of their timeouts.
Yep.
Nope. And that's the thing I would have told them. No need to rush.
Yeah.
Have urgency in a 2-minute drill, but you have 3 timeouts. You can get down the field and at least field goal range. That's all you need to do.
It's 1:15 left on the clock. You have time. You have time to get down the field with all 3 timeouts. It is
now you can't lollygag.
No.
You can't be handing the ball off to Saquon and just hoping that he can get 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4. You can't be doing plays like that. But there's no reason to rush the ball like he did.
Jalen Hurts did run the ball well this game.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy to see Jalen Hurts actually playing like Jalen Hurts and not doing his normal thing where he fumbles the ball, gets scared,
That's
pisses
the thing.
his pants.
It's not even just the fumbling of the ball. They will always they have been doing turnover, and that is what is it's through an interception or if it's a stupid fumble that didn't need to happen.
Yep. Now we'll go into our picks for next week. Where we're at right now in our scores because of this week. Matt was winning last week by 1. I'm now up 19-13 to 10-16.
Oh my God, I'm losing by 9?
Yeah.
What?
Because you had 10 last week.
I was up by 1, and I only thought I got 3 or 4 wrong.
I fucking might have made a mistake there on that one.
So the ones that we disagreed on was the Bills, the Pats, the Cowboys, the Bengals. How the hell am I down by 9?
Hang on. I'm trying to do undo, but it's not letting me fucking undo it.
Control Z.
It's not letting me do it. Oh no, you have. I think it's 16 and 16. I think you're at like 50%.
I'm at 500.
Yeah.
That's okay. That sounds a little bit better. I'm only down by 3. Because if I was ahead by 1 and then I went negative, or if I went behind you by 4, then yeah, I would be 3 back.
Let me double check this. I'm just gonna recheck. So L L L L.
I'm glad this is a living document so that I can challenge.
So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins last week. So you're 15 and 16.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds better. Because you were fucking... Oh, shit, I didn't even fill out that. Oh my god, I'm fucking... You know what?
We can figure that part out after.
Well, if there's 30
but I definitely want to be there because math is not your strong suit. It's in your name, but it is not your strong suit.
15 game. So we're at 32. 32 minus 15. So you're 15 and 17.
That still doesn't sound right.
If there's 16 games both weeks and there's 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just did 15 or 32 minus 15.
I'm gonna double check your work when I get back home.
You can if you want to.
Okay.
But I'm... Oh my god, I just did something. I hit the control panel. Alright. What is going on? I'm clicking buttons that I don't need to be clicking. Alright. So. Going to week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, Jets. I want to lean Patriots.
I'm leaning Jets.
You're leaning Jets?
I'm leaning Jets.
Alright, so Pats, Jets. Giants, Browns. I'm going to go Browns.
I'm also going Browns.
And then Packers, Titans. I'm going to go Packers.
I'm going Pack Go.
Bears, Colts. I'm going to go Colts.
Colts. Man, if Anthony Richardson fucking gets him fucking some more interceptions, bro, he's off my fantasy team.
Texans, Vikings. I want to lean Texans, but the Vikings have...
Dude, I'm going Vikings because this. Excuse me. I'm going Texans because to me this is when I think that the Vikings are gonna get called out for being kind of frauds.
I want to lean, but I also have that tendency to follow the hype every now and then. I'm just going to stick to CJ Stroud. I'm going to go Texans.
I'll tell you, ESPN has them 54.2 Houston, 45.4 Minnesota.
So kind of a toss-up game. It could really go either way. And then now we got the Eagles Saints. This is another one where like,
dude, I'm rolling with the Eagle or the Saints. I'm rolling Saints for sure.
Derek Carr seems like now that he's got a fucking team with him, he can fucking actually ball out.
And I think he is fucking.
He's balling out. He's showing out.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Chargers, Steelers. I'm gonna lean Steelers. I think that defense is just a little bit too much for the Chargers.
See, that's interesting. I was thinking the same thing
Yeah.
for the Chargers defense. I think it's gonna be too much for
Justin Fields.
I mean, dude, Khalil Mack's gonna get back in there.
Yeah.
And he's gonna either force a fumble, he's gonna make Fields do bad decisions. That's where I see.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come down to who can play
better offense.
Barely better offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Harbaugh can maybe manipulate it a little bit better. Now I'll tell you, they are damn near 50-50. Yeah. They are 51.4 to 48.2.
Yeah. Who's got the lead on to ESPN?
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him for leading like that, but
yeah, I mean it's 50-50.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
what I mean?
Honestly
50-50. That is 50-50. Mm-hmm.
But as a Steelers fan, I'm going.
Oh yeah, you gotta ride with them.
Are you gonna go Chargers then? Final answer.
I'm gonna go Chargers. That is my final answer. First time either one of them will go 3-0 in a long time.
Broncos, Bucks. I'm going Bucks all day.
I'm going Bucks too. If Bo Nix fucking shocks Baker, I would be surprised. Shocked.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Raiders over Panthers.
Oh, me too.
And then I'm gonna go Seahawks over Dolphins.
Is Tua in or is Tua out?
Dude, he died on the field, man. He's out there.
They have him on the out.
Yeah, he's gonna be out there like fucking radio if he was.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks too.
Are you gonna bench fucking Tyreek Hill or?
I don't know yet. This is closer to a game time decision.
I'm gonna go Ravens over Cowboys.
I'm also going Ravens over Cowboys because the Cowboys defense does not look like how it used to be.
No.
And I think CeeDee Lamb is questionable, and so is Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Both questionable.
I'm going to have to go 49ers over the Rams.
So this is not my bias talking, but we are both a beat-up team. You know, Debo's doubtful.
Yeah.
CMC is out. Jordan Mason didn't do the greatest.
Yep.
So I mean, look at your targets. You got Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle.
Yeah.
And Brandon Ayuk, they have. I don't know if he's just been locked down or they're just not looking at him. Now Cooper Kupp is out, but the Rams wide receiver core did so good during the preseason. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of interested to see how they do. So that they still got Kyron Williams. Problem is, it's the 49ers defense. That's what we have to compete around.
Where I was gonna go, I was considering the Rams.
Fred Warner is still fucking just killing it this year again. He's my kind of front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. I know it's really early, really fucking early, but he's just really fucking good right now.
Yeah.
But I think they're always a competitive team, and I think the way that the Rams did last week, Coach McVay's gonna be on them.
Yeah.
So I'm going.
You're going Rams.
I'm going Rams. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you the odds are not looking good for us.
No. I'm gonna go Lions over Cardinals. Sticking Lions faithful.
I'm also doing Lions over Cardinals.
I think the Lions defense is just gonna be too much for the Cardinals.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
They're not gonna have the same game like they had against the Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Aiden Hutchinson back there. Yeah. And I honestly don't know what to think. Chiefs versus the Falcons. The Falcons show they have some fucking. They have some.
I've been thinking about this game. After when I started looking after Monday, I've been thinking about this game all week. I really don't know. I'm leaning Atlanta.
Same here. I'm leaning Atlanta as well, just because like the last two games that KC has played in have been close, and there are teams that like you're sitting there. A lot of people are saying you can count this team out, but then that happened with the Eagles Falcons. It's just like, yo, what the fuck just happened here? They came out and played, and so I'm gonna lean Falcons. Now,
I'm gonna lean Falcons, but I'm not gonna be surprised if the Chiefs win.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised if the Chiefs end up winning, though.
Yeah. Oh, we got 2 Monday nights this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one. We're gonna be sitting there with the fucking dual screen from
the multi-screen.
Yeah. Jags Bills. I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm also gonna go Bills. Even though I think this is the game. Like if the Jags want to be competitive, they can.
They need to come out and play.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly gonna go Commanders over Bengals.
I'm going Bengals. I think the Bengals should be 1-1 right now. And I mean, if you look at who the Commanders have played, they played the Giants and they played the Buccaneers. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting Joe Burrow to come back looking sharp.
We only have 4 games we differ on this week, and honestly, I think it's pretty fair looking at the matchups and just how they play.
Well, both of them are our teams. There's 2 of them that are our teams. This last one, and what's the other one?
Bengals and Pats and Jets.
Pats and Jets, that's right.
I'm leaning Pats just because Jacoby Brissett, I mean, he's seeming like he can actually play now that he's got an offensive line. I mean, when you go all those years on bum-ass teams, yeah. But, yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to be home tomorrow. Now I'll tell you the one thing that's been really great about my KC trip is Pornhub is allowed.
All right, okay.
Here. So I am back on the grind set. I'm back seeing all my ladies.
All right.
They missed
Thank
me.
you guys for
I
joining the MattCast podcast. It's been a wild week in sports. I'm expecting another wild week again. So, thank you guys all for coming, and we'll catch you guys next time.